everyone, it's Maki here. Turn A Gundam features some nostalgic mobile suits and mecha. One particularly mysterious mobile suit is the Cannon Illefuto. Its shield even features the emblem of the Earth's Federation forces. Today, we are going to take a closer look at the Cannon Illefuto based on comments from the animators. We may also discover how the circumstances at the time, when the TV broadcast and animation production were moving forward simultaneously, affected its design. Please consider supporting my channel by becoming a subscriber for just 99 cents a month. As a thank you, you'll receive a name badge and comment stamps. Now, let's get started. First, let's briefly review the type of mobile suit that the Cannon Illefuto is. It appears in episode 15 of Turn A Gundam. It is a mobile suit that was excavated from underground in an area known as Kingsley Valley. The story reveals no further information about it, other than that it seems to have been manufactured in ancient times. An official reference book called the Complete Record Collection provides a little more detail. It is a small mobile suit with an overall height of about 15 meters. It was probably manufactured sometime between the F-91 and Victory Gundam eras. Its cockpit is the type that was standardly adopted in the O-120s of the Universal Century. The panoramic monitor is the type used from the OO-80s to the O-120s of the Universal Century. These are the official settings for Cannon Illefuto. You may also have heard that the Efreet was originally planned to appear but was changed to the Cannon Illefuto pathway through production. The Efreet is a popular mobile suit that appears in games and other works. The Efreet custom that appeared in Blue Destiny is probably the most well-known. Today's episode will also reveal the truth behind that rumor. In 2024, an exhibition featuring the work of Mr. Yoshiyuki Tomino was held in Japan. The exhibition also displayed paper documents recording communications between Tomino and the staff. Mr. Buri Kizo, who participated as an animator, shared his thoughts on the exhibition. One piece in particular, Cannon Illefuto, seemed to be a particular favorite. Working on its settings and design was extremely difficult, as I have mentioned before. Believe it or not, the entire production process of the exhibition, including the director's notes and my handwritten materials, ended up being displayed in art museums across Japan. I was so embarrassed that I turned pale. Mr. Janyo Ishigaki, who was responsible for the design, also helped us enormously. As someone involved in designing Cannon Illefuto, I'd like to share a story. During the planning stage, rather than using an original design created specifically for the story, the idea was to feature a Federation Forces mobile suit that had been used in the F-91 era. Initially, we thought we could simply take an existing design and make it more straightforward. However, we ultimately decided to redesign it to better match the world of Turn A. As the director gave instructions, he became increasingly enthusiastic. This is how the design of the mysterious Federation-type mobile suit, completely different from the originally planned G-Cannon, came to be. The Cannon Illefuto design underwent major changes from the outset. Tomino requested a mobile suit that would connect the designs of Mr. Sidney and Mr. Kunio Okawara in some way. Given that it would appear in only one episode, it was given quite an important mission for a mobile suit, so we staff members rushed to work on the design. After extensive additions and revisions by the director, the final design bore no trace of the F-91 era. While it is unclear what era this mobile suit comes from, we were specifically instructed to put the Federation Forces emblem on its shield. The name Cannon Illefuto was written there. Many people may already be familiar with the origin of the name Cannon Illefuto from comments made by others. During the early planning stages of the scenario, one of the scriptwriters wrote the name Efreet in a memo as a candidate mobile suit to revive from a past story. This name left a strong impression on Tomino. However, he misspelled it and ended up naming it Illefuto. He continues to make comments. Let's take a look together. Originally, Tomino was unaware of the Efreet, a mobile suit designed exclusively for gaming. Therefore, I also did not assume that he had misspelled the word Efreet. I thought it was a new name he had created. This is why no one corrected the name Illefuto, and it ended up being officially adopted. In fact, Tomino and the rest of us did not realize the mistake until after the footage had been completed. By then, however, everything was already finished, so we could not change it. We thought it was a good name anyway. Consequently, a mobile suit belonging to a lineage different from the Xeon type Efreet was born. The Federation type mobile suit Illefuto ended up being carved into history. The final design of the Cannon Illefuto was wonderful. In the animation, it fought 4 Jarnon, which had the appearance of a Zoku in a battle across the ages. The battle between the Federation and Xeon forces in the distant future remains etched in the memory of many. However, there are also things we could have done better. We were unable to fully realize Tomino's vision of creating something that combined the designs of Sid Mead and Kunio Okawara. We simply could not spend much time on it. I do regret that the final design ended up looking like a combination of Sid Mead's designs and the G Cannon. Janiao Ishigaki, the designer, included a redesigned Cannon Illefuto in an art book that he published himself. I personally hope that this version will someday be released as a 3-dimensional product. On closer inspection, the name Turn A beam cannon seems more fitting than Cannon Illefuto. On 23 July 2026, he added a new comment. Let's take a look. Initially, the plan was for it to be a mobile suit from the G Cannon lineage of the F91 era. This explains why the cockpit reused the settings from F91. However, Tomino suddenly insisted that he wanted the design to exist somewhere between Mead's and Okawara's. With a concept like that, we would have to make major changes to the design, which caused the staff to panic. The result of these revisions is the Cannon Illefuto that we have today. I feel that if Tomino had provided clear instructions from the outset, we could have made better use of the time and developed the design more carefully. The warship buried in the same place as the Cannon Illefuto is also from the F91 era. It is a space warship designed to operate smaller mobile suits. It is similar in nature to the White Ark that appeared in Victory Gundam. This is why we depicted Turn A Gundam and bore Jarnanas looking awkward and out of place inside it, as though they were trying to make themselves smaller. Mobile suits that are 18 to 20 meters tall are simply not suited to that warship. Mr. Ishigaki, the designer, also posted a reply to Burikiso. He discussed the redesigned G Cannon design for Turn A Gundam. Unfortunately, the redesigned G Cannon, which was created for the 1999 anime series, never appeared in it. Ishigaki explained his changes to the G Cannon design. Why did I deliberately change the design balance of the G Cannon? because I decided to adjust it myself so that it would balance better with poor Janon. Tomino then created a design based on a combination of his own ideas, and Ishii got keys. The Cannon Illefuto was born based on this design. This is the story of how Cannon Illefuto was designed. Some fans may have wondered why the designs of Efreet and Cannon Illefuto look so different. This stems from the mistaken belief that Cannon Illefuto was designed based on Efreet. Having gone over Wuri Kiso's comments, you should now understand the truth. Tomino simply liked the word Efreet in the scriptwriter's notes and adopted it as the name. He then misread the characters and wrote Illefuto instead. In Japanese, Efreet and Illefuto have similar looking character combinations. On top of that, when writing words on setting drawings, abbreviated shapes that resemble curved handwriting are often used. This is why the misreading happened. And so, Cannon Illefuto was born. That concludes today's research. Thank you for watching until the end. I'll see you again in the next episode.